So here's some things that we can do to make the United States better. Obviously, separation church and state, get rid of religion and politics. Also, let the cops shouldn't pull you over for anything except for reckless driving and driving very fast, super fast. Um, and of course, catch criminals and people that vandalize and destroy property and break the law, like stealing. Um, and, and cops obviously shouldn't kill people. You know, always ask the criminal to put their hands up. Never shoot the person, unless they're gonna try to shoot you. Obviously, you know, you're gonna have to take action so they don't kill you because you're gonna kill one or another. Obviously, you don't have to kill the person. You can actually wound them, shoot them in the leg, shoot them in the arm. You don't have to kill them. And then if when they're pulling the gun on you, and then you pull the gun and you got the shot to wound them, then you can handcuff them. Always ask for hands up though. Never shoot the person. Never shoot the person. Always make sure that ask them. Put your hands up. And say you know take your hands out of your pocket because you don't know because they could especially when you're confronting them face to face, because he could pull a grenade, he could pull a gun. Um, Obviously, don't stop people with hands in their pockets. That's ridiculous. I mean, people always walk down the street with hands in their pockets. No matter if there's robberies going on, if it's in a place where it's dangerous, because you can't assume everybody's a robber. You can't assume everybody's a criminal. You know, you just can't do that. Never assume anything because when you assume something, the outcome could be different. You know, it's like you can't assume there's a God because what happened if there is no God? What happened if science advances and we'll get to the point where the thing will be explained, the Big Bang and everything, and there is no God? Then what? So don't assume there's a God, you know, and don't assume everybody's a criminal. Don't assume everybody's a robber. But I'm saying when you're in, like, you know, in distance, because that's actually a police conduct authority thing. Put your hands up because I know actually when I was stopped, they said take your hands. They said to me take your hands out of your pockets because when when you're like and I've got stopped for mistakes, and in the actually the police said they were sorry for stopping me. They said I actually got stopped because they thought I was I was a person they were looking for, and they actually apologized to me. Um, about the hands in the pocket thing, when you're like right next to each other and you're trying to have a conversation, that's like a proper police thing because they told me to take my hands out of my pockets. But if you just driving and cruising to see somebody walking like past your distance with their hands in their pockets, that's ridiculous to stop them. That's stupid. No matter you know, no matter what, that's stupid. You can't assume everybody robber and criminal. Okay, so I'm trying to help the United States be a better place. Obviously, get rid of um, um, well, I think it's really good to get rid of the taxes. Delaware's the only state that you don't actually have to pay taxes. I don't know why that is. Um, and it all goes back to history. Some people make good choices in history, some people make bad. Um, Stop having so many goddamn healthcare plans. Why can't there be a universal healthcare plan for everybody instead of 50,000, well, not 50, about 50 different healthcare plans? You know, and the reason why, it's all about money. That's what it is, man. The corrupt businesses in general, it's all about money. Because I was going to work for a job for a medical company, and I said, Well, what happened if we found this amazing vaccine that can save people money and cure, and it's a breakthrough? Wouldn't people take that because it'll cure more diseases? And it's like you're not thinking about the aspect. It's all about the money aspect. They rather have the cheap drugs that drives the price than than a drug that'll save more lives. How fucked up is that? Pretty fucked up, right? The United States is pretty fucked up. It's greedy. The United States is fucking greedy. I know people say, the United States is the best place to live. Maybe, but we also need to improve on these things. I'm just saying, we gotta improve on these things. We don't need to send people to war and die when it has no conflict on the United States. I mean, I understand it's good to, you know, to I mean, we can't control the whole world, but I understand it's good to send us to prevent, go to the war to prevent another person from taking over that can take over not only them but us. Yeah, then obviously we need to stop that conflict. But if there's a conflict between only different nations that has nothing to do or are not going to affect us, we shouldn't send people for our United States to war, and because they're going to lose lives. Lose lives, that's not going to affect us. We only need to go to war if it's affecting the United States. I mean, that's pretty simple. I mean, we're not going. Russia's not going to war with the United States, obviously, because we're not doing anything. I mean, back then in the years, yeah, we had Russia and United States agreement, but now we don't. So we shouldn't send people to war. For the United States, if the war has no impact on us, has nothing to do with us. If China and Japan go to war, and it's not affecting us, we don't need to go fight against China, fight against Japan, because they need to resolve their own differences. Because why send us to that kind of war and just lose lives if it's not gonna affect us? But like I said, if there's a war out there that can turn into a world war, or it can affect consequences. So like if for some reason, I don't know, Japan wanted to become the leader, wanted to take over everybody. Well, yeah, then we gotta put a stop to that, because they want to they want to take over, the whole world. Yeah, we gotta go to war and we gotta stop that. But we shouldn't go to war if it has nothing to do or gonna affect the United States. Okay, because it's just gonna lose lives. What else? We need to stop spending um, money on unnecessary things and focus more on space exploration, because space exploration can be beneficial to if we can't, because we still don't have really like a cure for cancer. What happened if we go to these planets that we can, and we can find out, maybe we can find cure for diseases to actually save humanity? I think that's very beneficial than spending money on stupid stuff that's just gonna drive prices up. Um, because not everybody's qualified for health care, and with Obamacare, people lose their plans, and it's just a mess. I mean, I understand what Obama's doing, but I'm saying if we just had one health care for everybody, regardless of age. But it seems, see, the easiest thing would never be possible because of competition, and it's all about money. People are greedy. These bogus corporations, these telecommunications companies, want to make money over bullshit, and they want to make money over selling you healthcare plans. And this company wants to sell healthcare plans, and this one want to give you a better one. Why can't we just eliminate all that bullshit and just have one healthcare plan for everybody? The answer is pretty simple, right? But America doesn't want to be that simple, and that's sad. Um, but yeah, just imagine if everything was easy. Just imagine, It's not like if the police will let you breathe. You never get stopped unless you were driving recklessly. or excessive speeding. You know, just imagine. You know, they wouldn't scan your plates. They wouldn't scan your car insurance. Just imagine if there was like car insurance and license plates that would have it just lasts forever. You know, just imagine if you know if there was free healthcare for everybody. Just imagine if there was um what else? All services from the government were free. Just imagine. Just imagine if you lost your job, you can get employed by anybody. Just imagine if they had high paid training jobs for anybody, even with no experience. I'm talking about zero experience. You know, just imagine these things. How would it help people? How would it? But the government wants to have or just imagine if the South won the Civil War, right? And then how would the government be? You know, would it be better or would it have been worse? I don't know. Um, maybe it would have been worse. Maybe it would have been better. Maybe it would have been neutral. You know. So just imagine things. You know. But but these are things I think that the government in America should do to help people, to help and you know, because not everybody's making $50,000 a year, $100,000 a year. You know, just imagine we could help the whole United States. We can I mean, even homeless people could get jobs. Just imagine homeless people could get shelter. You know what I'm saying? Just imagine all this things. Everybody has a chance, no matter what gender, no matter what race, no matter what age. Everybody gets this opportunity. You know, but it's too bad America's just not like that. It's just a money-driven economy, and it's competition over some bullshit insurance companies that want to compete with other insurance companies, try to give you a better offer. You know, where there should be universal health care for everybody. America's kind of a bullshit place, you know, and I can see why people want to commit suicide. I don't recommend people commit suicide, but they're like, you know, fuck it, man. I'm free. I'm free for all bullshit. I hear you, but don't take your lives. Obviously, if there's no exit, I mean, I don't think anybody should take their lives, but you can just die natural death. But that being said, if people want to take their lives that are really in illness and pain, um, then you know, I mean, I know the doctors want to save lives, but if there's so much pain, you know, they just want to take their life. Well, you know, it's their life. You can't control people's lives. You know, because you don't know what's in people's brains. I mean, um, it's good to save people's lives, but I don't. You know, if the people really just want to kick the bucket, you know, and if they and you notify the parents and you talk to them and they said okay, then let them go, man. Um, because that's their life, you know. You know how people say, well, the religious people say, well, God created you, you know, you know, and then and then you're like, well, I want to do whatever I want, and then they're like, oh, it's not your life, you know, but it is your life. See, they don't have no proof of their God. Only in the religion they say it's my life, you know. But you know the funny thing about that, you know, people say God created people with genitals, you know, vagina and penis, but then you have intersex or hermaphrodites where people have two genitals, or actually two genitals, and intersex where they have two genitals but only one works. Uh, so much for God creating people with genitals. There's so many claims I'm not going to get into, but that can just disprove God or all gods, and that's why you have nothing to fear of heaven or hell. And doesn't if you die, you know, and then it's like you were born. You don't even remember when you're in mom's stomach. That's how it is when you're dead. You won't even know you're dead. You're dead. You're dead.